Hey everyone, James here. Just a quick reminder to you guys that these narrations are best enjoyed with headphones on. Hey everyone, this week I reviewed the latest addition to Sega's trademark series of horror games. Is this game a scarefest? Or should we be more scared on how inaccessible this game is? Let's find out. First off, I would like to apologise for the hiatus as to last week's review. Well, let's talk more about that. The last few months and weeks has been very stressful to me. Basically, I had to finish off the various courseworks and my dissertation on while all university campuses, later the entire country, was on lockdown due to the coronavirus. After I've got everything handed in, the anxious wait for module results was particularly more difficult. Although I received a lot of support from my friends during this time, I couldn't stop thinking about what I'm going to do with my life should I had to reset a module or fail one altogether. Obviously, the day I received my results on the 10th of June was an anticlimax. In a good way though. I've decided to take that particular week off to rebuild myself mentally. To be honest, I personally think it was a good move. I'm feeling a lot better mentally and ready to get back to weekly reviews as normal. Anyway, as Dracula said in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, enough talk, have at you! Ridley Scott's Alien franchise has been the cornerstone of the horror genre. Since the franchise's debut release to the public on the 6th of November 1979, its influence on the film industry has been a chest-bursting success, raking in a massive $203.6 million at the box office. On December the 11th, 2006, Sega acquired the rights to the Alien franchise. The developers' first take on that franchise was nothing but successful, but the company's success was very short-lived. When the second entry in the rebooted franchise, Alien Colonial Marines, was released with resentment from the community and critics. After the game's release, Sega put the Aliens franchise in the back burner, along with the other franchises in its portfolio. In 2014, Sega teamed up with UK-based development studio Creative Assembly. In case you don't know who they are, the Creative Assembly are the developers of the Total War series and Microsoft's take on the RTS genre on Xbox One, Halo Wars 2. The game is set in the year 2137, 15 years after the events of the first Alien film. Amanda Ripley, daughter of the protagonist of the film, Ellen Ripley, discovered that her mothership, the Nostromo, has been located and is being held aboard Sevastopol. It was up to you to track down Ellen's xenomorph's infested ship to find out what's going to happen to her missing mother. The accessibility scores are as follows. Accessibility, I gave it 7. There is no colorblind modes in this game, but through the majority of the game, everyone but you are full. Everything that Amanda can interact with is highlighted, so you'll be able to play this game with no issues. Audibility, give it 10. There are in-game subtitles which can be switched on or off via the options menu, so you can understand what's being said as the story progresses. Mobility, gave it 7. When playing this game with a controller, there is no legacy stick layout and its control options, so it would be best to avoid the console version. The PC version, on the other hand, is playable. The keyboard and mouse controls can be fully customized with a controller option to boot. Gameplay, I gave a 9. Unlike most games in the series, this game starts off slow. For a horror game, this is good. The initial sections lulls your brain and your senses into a false sense of security, and then BAM! The first scare kicks in. Your senses start to heighten thanks to your amygdala. Now, to all you guys who don't know what your amygdala is, Your amygdala is the subconscious part of our brains, inherited from our primate cousins, which responds to threats. For example, when you draw your hand away from a kettle filled with boiling water, or when an object is about to collide with your body, for example, a ball. This is because you would immediately anticipate that person or creature would strike again later on in the game. Graphically, this game looks stunning. This is probably the nicest looking horror game of this generation. This game takes the Silent Hill approach. Instead of this being focused on action like Valve's Left 4 Dead series and Resident Evil, this game focuses on the experience. This game messes with your head and delivers a truly scary experience using music and various other sounds to unsettle you, and scary stuff coming at you unexpectedly. In conclusion, Aliens Isolation is the horror game that truly lives up to the legendary film franchise that it's based on. If you are the type who loves to deprive themselves of sleep and who loves it when all the lights are dimmed or off, this game is a very good selection, and the overall score is 82.5%. Before I go, it's time for an open question. I have an idea to commemorate my graduation. As you are aware, EA has made a massive shift back to Steam. They are also selling most of their catalogue on Steam, which used to be exclusive to EA's platform, Origin. Here is what I'm proposing. July will be dedicated to the games made by the developers and franchises that are a part of the Electronic Arts brand. So what do you think of that? Let me know in the comments. This is Spartan Commander 99 out. Roll out, Spartan Company.